In this video, I'm going to show you how to do cymbal choking using Easy Drummer. Once we're done, this is what the end result is going to sound like. Our starting point will be this riff, but without the intro. This is what it sounds like right now. It's a typical thrash metal riff you've probably heard 1,000 times, but we can make it a bit more appealing with a few cymbal chokes sort of calling in for this part. So let's do that. We'll start by moving everything 4 bars down to give room for our intro. Then we'll stretch the MIDI region for the drums all the way back so it can write to it. The guitar part for this new section will be exactly the same, so we'll just copy what we have. Now we'll pull up the piano roll for the drums, and we'll start by adding the kick drum. The first kick is on the very first downbeat of the song, so that's easy. The following kick I'm not so sure, so let me just add one here and play this part. A bit late, so I'm going to move it back a little. Sounds good now. This will repeat for the rest of this part, so I'm going to copy and paste it. Let's hear how that sounds. Cool, the kick drums are in. Now let's move to the actual cymbal chokes. We'll pull up Easy Drummer. I'm using the drum kit from Hell expansion, but everything I'm doing here also applies to any other drum kit expansion from Easy Drummer, including the free ones. We make sure we're on the drums tab where we can see the entire drum kit. Then we look for the specific cymbal that we want to use. I want to use this one here on the left. Right-click on the cymbal and look for the Details button. Clicking this button will display a list of all articulations available for this cymbal along with the respective notes. For this cymbal, we can see we have the regular crash at C#2 and mute at D2. Mute is exactly what we want, so D2. Now that we've found the note that we need, we can go back to the piano roll and play it. That's the sound we want, so let's add notes to go with our kick drums. Sounds about right, so we're going to go ahead and copy that over and hear what it sounds like. Cool, drums are done. Now let's add some bass notes to go with it. We'll stretch the existing bass section back to the beginning, and this should be pretty simple. And all we need to do is add single notes to match the drums. So here and here. Yep. Then replicate that. Let's go ahead and hear what just the drum and bass sound like together. Sounds pretty tight. Let's hear the whole thing now. Sounds pretty good, but we can do one more thing before we wrap it up. I want to add a drum fill to this end part of the intro. As it stands, we're going straight from the chokes to the riff. It sounds too mechanic. Let's add some life to it. Let's go back to Easy Drummer and to the Browse section. To save us some time, I've already set aside a fill which I think will sound good for this part. This is what it sounds like. Let's drag that over to the drum track. And this is the section that we want to add the new part to, which is half a bar, the exact length of the playable notes in our fill. So let's trim the empty space out. Go back to the end of the intro, slice this part out to give us some space, and we'll drag the fill over. Now let's listen to the finished product. That's it for this video. See you next time.